Jason, are you happy?
Um, Maybe.
Maybe. You know what? That's not so strange if you live in America. And
I
the
mean,
reason I
that's
say that is because the 2024 Happiness Index was released. Have you heard about this?
no, I didn't know that was a thing that we're measuring.
Yes, they are measuring how happy you are in also different parts of the world. They're measuring this. So the thing is that 2024 World Happiness Report has come out. The happiest countries revealed, but the thing is the U.S. failed to crack the top 20. Do you think this is surprising?
I don't think it's surprising. I feel like the grind is real.
The grind is very real. So to get into it, the 2024 World Happiness Report, a list of the happiest countries in the world, has been released on International Day of Happiness. And spoiler alert, the United States isn't at the top. We'll be going through a list a little bit later, but the thing is, for the first time since the World Happiness Report was first released 12 years ago, yes, the U.S. Isn't ranked in the world's top 20 happiest country. It sits at number 23. So there's a couple other countries above that, but I want to say that before we get into it, because I'll be going through a list of the countries. Before we get into that, if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. We put out interesting videos daily. We have a library of over 300 videos. And the thing is, subscribing is free. It doesn't cost anything. And it does really help out the channel. So consider subscribing. Okay, so getting into it, I have a list that I'm going to be putting right here on the happiest countries. You know which one tops the list?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Is it like some northeastern, like Sweden or something?
Actually, okay, so close. So the thing is, Sweden is number 4.
Okay,
But
not too bad.
It's Finland. I'm just gonna read the top 10. It's Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, Israel, Netherlands, Norway, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Australia.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, U.S. nowhere close to that. So, yes, in the top 10 countries, only the Netherlands and Australia have a population over 15 million. The report, this is what the website reports. In the whole of the top 20, only Canada and the United Kingdoms have a population of over 30 million. Yeah, a lot of these places are a lot smaller. So
like, if there's less people, they're more happy, I guess.
That's what
What it seems like.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. They're able to control the happiness of these people. Control
Okay,
the happiness
yeah, I was
of
like,
these people. No, it seems like the happiness is better off in these smaller locations. The report did a breakdown and also ranked the happiness of different age groups, by the way. So, the United States ranked in the top 10 when the report analyzed the happiness of the old or people aged 60 or over. Do you have any idea on why this might be?
They're all retiring.
They're all retiring. That can actually be a factor. Yeah, they're all retiring. They're getting
Their pensions.
they're getting their pensions. They're getting paid.
They're on vacations now.
That's true. They're
all
cruises.
on like the upper management, so there's like delegating at this point.
That's true. Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. But when it came to the happiness of the young folk younger than 30, the country was ranked at 63. So it doesn't seem like it's good to be a young person in the United States.
Or, maybe like people have different standards. So like you could be having a pretty decent standard of living, but then like you perceive it as not being as great.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
It's like, I don't know. I think it might be that a lot of people in the US have like really big goals. Like they want to achieve a lot. So they're like, oh, I want to be somewhere else in life. I want to, like be doing something else. I want to be making more money, doing other things. But then like they aren't achieving that. So like they're not meeting their expectations. Maybe this Americans have like really high expectations and then
Of themselves. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even
I
think
feel
about
like, I
that.
mean, like
That's a
the
good
whole,
point. That's
because it's
actually a
a
really
hustle
good point.
culture, you know, like you got to be, you know, if you're not like while you're at your job, you need to have your second job, you need to have your,
Yeah,
you
but
know, your
that's
hobby that is also making you money, you know.
yeah, you're right. You're right. The hustle culture is real, and the burnout is also real for a lot of these people.
Yeah, I mean, people were like what is it, celebrating the fact that like some people were working two jobs, like some of these software engineers are working like two jobs
Oh
and making
yeah.
like a whole bunch of money. And it's like, dude, I don't know.
It's crazy. It's a really wild time right now. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see because when I first saw this, I thought, it's like, yeah, that makes sense for younger people. It's like, first off, there's been like massive layoffs. It's harder time
Yeah,
hiring. They're saying
yeah.
like degrees
Student
aren't
debt.
worth. Student debt is one of the biggest ones. Credit
Yeah.
card increases. There's a bunch of stuff
Debt.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Job outlook, not just layoffs. Job outlook.
yeah, there's it's hard to get a job. There's like 700 people applying to one,
One
job.
job. I mean, there are a lot of different social economical things. Like it's like the idea, like the American dream of having a house or something is like literally a dream because it's too pricey.
Oh yeah, and rent increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot, but um, okay,
Yeah,
just,
got
just
it.
to get back into it. What is the World Happiness Report? So according to its website, it's a partnership between Gallup, the Oxford Wellington Research Center, and the UN Sustainable Development Solution Network, and the
Okay.
WHR, the World Happiness Report editorial board, which produces the report. And
Okay.
a lot of people might question is like, well, how is this measured? How, like, who are the people that
It's like the Guinness Book of World Records. They come out and measure you,
they come out and measure?
certified.
They go to each city and they go and they stamp you. It's like you're happy or not. No, that's not true. So yes, how do they measure this? So according to the UN Sustainable Development Solution Networks, it analyzes data from around the world. There's a poll, and the poll gathers responses from over 100,000 people from all over the world. So the thing is, too, with things like this, yeah, I was thinking the same thing that you're probably
I didn't even
thinking.
know about this. How like is this? I feel like it's just all really disgruntled people.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, yes, okay, you're getting a subset of people, but I'm wondering, it's like, where is it from? What the location is?
Who are these people?
Who are these people? Well, let's go talk to them and make sure that they become happier.
I mean, like, I feel like this like trolling's like put all in the most negative things.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that, especially for the U.S. at the moment. So the thing is, like, what they said is people in different countries rank their happiness by imagining a ladder with 10 steps. The first and the lowest steps of the ladder represent the worst of the worst, and the worst of a person's life, and then the 10th step and the highest step represents the person's best life. So if I was to ask you right now, what step would you be on?
0 being the worst life,
Oh God.
and then 10 being the best life.
yes, it's
Ah,
like the higher up you go, the happier you are.
probably
Overall,
like a 4.
a 4. I could.
I'm
see
like
that.
like
a baseline.
halfway. I don't know, like not even halfway yet. Well, because like I don't know, like I think like it depends. Like I said before, like I think it depends on your aspirations and like where you could see yourself. And it's like, you know, I think like if I see myself in like a more like it's like if I owned a business or something, like then I'd be like closer to the upper end, something like a 7 or something. So like I don't know, like there's different steps, and I don't think I've gotten to that part.
That's crazy. You know what? This is a very good contrast because I do wonder what other people on other parts of the world, how they would view their what step they would be on. Because like I do agree with you. I think that the US does have a really big hustle culture. I think that there's a lot of aspirations that people do have.
Yeah.
I think I would put myself on the same like 5.
Like a 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think I would put myself at a 5. I think that's I think that's a good baseline of like, you know, it's not the worst and it's not the best, but I think that's where a lot of people would probably stand.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it depends on, yeah, it really depends on how you see happiness, and if you see happiness tied with success, like oh like be it monetary or like your job or social standing or some other like metric, then like you know a lot of times your goal may never be truly achievable because like oh if your goal is like Jeff Bezos and like that ain't happening.
Oh yeah, the 50, yeah, having billions of dollars.
Yeah, like if that's your goal, like even winning the lottery, that's like
Oh, you still won't come close to Jeff Bezos.
No way.
Yeah, but I would want to hear from our audience where they think they are on the ladder. Hopefully higher up on the scale. But yes, let us know in the comments down below.